I saw this year my business grew by 40% in revenue. Right?
Congratulations.
And a lot of it was just simplifying marketing into something that I started employing and started adopting and really going in on, which was, what did we call it? The
Dumai. Dumai.
The Dimafufa.
The Dumai.
The Dimafufa.
The blue.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Yes.
The rollout for this was terrible,
The
but the point still stands. This is so great.
For scotch, I don't drink a scotch that's not old enough to drink itself. It's a good joke.
Yeah, we're ending right there. That's great.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's a very expensive bottle, and I think the last time they quoted me on it, it's a $2,500 bottle to buy the bottle, right? What I want to do is when I get my first $100,000 revenue month, I'm inviting the people who helped me get there to buy the bottle. I'm going to buy the bottle and we're going to split it and enjoy it so much. Just a fun evening of just being together, showing my appreciation for the people that helped me get there. I'm going to buy that bottle and I'm going to share it with my friends. And you're on the list of that. Like, you're going to be there. I would love to do it in 2026. I would love to do it in 2026. But I said my first 6-figure month, that's what I'm doing.
And I did look it up and confirmed on Google.
Mhm.
The $2,500 is the normal retail price. It's not the restaurant 30%
Yeah.
markup. That's the
I think
real.
they just sell it to you just because you're gonna buy other stuff too, so they'll just sell it to you at that price. Yeah, but it's a $2,500 bottle, and that's what I'm gonna do with the first 6-figure month. Is I'm gonna invite my people that helped me get there, and we're gonna split it.
I will admit
That's my thing. That's gonna be what we're gonna do.
I
So,
will admit that I apparently have the same goal.
cheers, by the way.
Cheers, buddy.
yeah.
Chasing excellence.
There you
Keep
go.
chasing
Keep
excellence.
chasing excellence.
Happy hour.
Happy hour.
At all times.
We'll see what happens.
Morning, noon, and night.
Some days, absolutely.
So
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
mine is let me a disclaimer here. I do not play guitar. I mean, that may or
Yeah.
may not be profound. I don't think you'd expect that I'd play guitar.
I don't either. It's an instrument that I'd love. I played piano for a long time, so I'd love to learn
I
guitar.
do own 6 guitars.
Yeah. No, there's records back there. You don't have guitars back there.
I took them back. You're right.
Yeah,
In the
yeah,
office. You're right.
yeah.
I once had guitars. I took them home.
That's right.
And the reason why I took them home is
Why-
because
yeah.
we now have a built-in display case for guitars.
Why?
So mind you, I don't play
Yeah.
guitar.
Wow.
Having said that, I do know guitar chords. I like goofing on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you said play this or play that,
Can't do that.
no way in hell. It's like my Spanish.
You know the words,
I've
but
done-
you can't speak the language.
I've done 739 days of Duolingo doing my Spanish, but I barely am going to order. I wouldn't even order in Spanish. If we go across the street and we go to the restaurant, I'm not even going to do it.
No puedes hablar español conmigo ahorita.
No,
You're just like, what?
no,
Yeah.
not going to do it. And maybe I understand it,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not going to come out of my mouth. I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
So that's how the guitar. But going back to the
So,
point,
yeah, guitar. What's the guitar?
So the
What's
case-
story?
the case is now designed to hold 8 guitars. And by the way, of the 6 guitars that I own, I think I said 6. I think that's how many are there. One of them was my first one was a Dave & Buster's guitar. I won it with 3,000 tickets. My
No way.
2 college buddies and I,
What?
for an entire year and a half, maybe 2 years even, we'd go and we'd play Dave & Buster's and we'd put
the
all
one on
our,
75?
No, this was in
Which
Austin.
one? Okay, okay.
So it was in Austin. I don't know why, but it was probably our senior year. We just accumulated all the tickets onto one card. And,
no
and at the
way.
end,
That is so cool.
we had 3,000 tickets.
Yeah.
And I don't know why and maybe I underwrote a lot of it because at that time I had an internship and I had actual real money. And so maybe I paid for more. But you can just have them all. So I bought a guitar, electric guitar.
3,000. That'd be like 25 tickets right now. Inflation. I
Looking
mean,
back at
yeah,
it, what a
that's
buy.
a deal. That's
It's a
steal.
sun-kissed looking like electric guitar, kind of like a Stratocaster
So you
type,
have your Dave & Buster's that you won.
proudly displayed.
That is so cool.
It doesn't
Was
sound
it just
great.
like the most expensive item and you were just like, that's the one? Or was
Yeah,
it?
I wanted a guitar.
Okay.
I just always thought they were cool.
Okay.
Sounds like neat. And since then, I've been my father-in-law plays guitars.
Yeah.
So he's given me 2 nice ones. He's given me one nice electric one and one nice acoustic, and then the others I've just kind of some of his runoffs. Just hey, this is not a good guitar, and they're not. They were gifts or something. I don't want to say they're not good,
Yeah.
but also say going back to the whole point of the story with the
Yes,
bucket list item.
What is
You're
it?
going to drink a 25-year-old Macallan
Yep.
when you get
Splitting
your
it with
6
my
figures.
People that helped me get there.
I
Yep.
love that because I'm gonna come up with one. Mine is when I hit a number for recruits because we're like that's our goal going forward is to recruit new loan officers.
Okay.
Like our growth this year has been incredible. It's been 21% as a region, and the industry's not up that much.
Yeah, it's
We've
way
beat
above average.
we've beat the averages, and it's organic. So I'm very proud of the organic piece. I'm also as the guy that's in charge of
That's
the region.
crazy.
I'm like, we failed at recruiting. So I've told Caroline, I said, man, when we recruit this number
Yeah, this
in
goal.
volume, I'm gonna buy a guitar, a nice
Like
guitar,
a like
and
a like
like
a
a $5,000 or $6,000, like
mhm.
whatever. And by the way, it's a big goal to where it's like it's not gonna happen anytime soon.
But when it
But when it
does,
does, it's gonna be a very nice
when it
guitar sitting
does.
in the case.
Yep.
And so I'm like, that's gonna be neat.
And
It'll
that's
look
the one
really
that you want to
cool.
put
I'll put it in the
proudly on
center.
display.
I'll
Yeah.
put the Dave and Buster's one next to
That's
it
yeah.
just because why not?
Yeah.
But I thought,
That's
man,
a
that'll be
valuable
really cool.
guitar that Dave and Buster's had is
I
awesome.
love your idea though about doing something that you can then share with the folks that got you there.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm not gonna get there on my own, and I've already, I mean, it's funny, like since we've happy 2 year anniversary, by the way, in 2 days. 2 years into this thing, with you, what I was like, my business revenue's grown in the past 2 years dramatically. Profit hasn't, because I'm not great at the spending of the money. I feel like I'm okay with the making of the money. And so that's going to be my 2026 theme is just getting all of my expenses under control and really, figuring out what's the lean, mean way to, continue growing. While this is I was telling my parents this today. This is the first time in 7 years where I've cut expenses at the end of the year, where
Mm.
took a good hard look in the mirror and said, like, where am I messing up?
Business
Business
expenses.
expenses. Yeah. Where am I messing up? Where am I overspending? And I cut a lot. And so that just tells me that 2026 is going to be a really good year for me because I've done something I've never done before, which is let go of things.
Let's turn this into a quick business edition.
Yeah.
Top
And so many
three
topics.
top three
Like,
things. Top three things you've cut at the end of the year from a business expense standpoint. What are the top three things to make sure that next year is going to be great?
yep. People, operations, and office.
Oh, you came up with that real quick.
Because I know them. Yeah. That's right here. It's right in my head. So people, I realized that I can keep revenue the exact same this year with half the people. I can do it because if I keep attracting if I put the right offers out that I know are good for me, that have great margins, that I know cost me this much to make, if I just do more of that than doing the stuff that costs me, 50, 60% of the revenue, where I can just sell the stuff that I know is good and people like, and it costs me, and it's 20% of the revenue, and I focus on that, that cuts my cost in half on people, editors specifically. The second thing was, what did I say? People operations. What did I say? Operations. There's a few apps and a few things like that's why I freaked out when I saw the Kajabi landing page. It's like that looks way better than my website, and my website costs $270 a month, right? So cut that, right? So if I do that across the board with all my other apps and tools and things, I found expenses there that I can cut. So boom, that's another $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. And then office, you know, I wasn't using my office very much at all. And so I was, I'm only coming here once a month. Why am I spending for this? And then on top of that, what we were talking about the other at the table a few hours ago, where we just need to pick one thing and go all in on that. You have a space here that you've very generously helped me let me come and kind of act as if it's my own. And when I can do that and bring value to you as a business owner, where I can bring in realtors and insurance agents and title people and business owners that you can benefit from as well, that's going to be a good win-win for both of us. So why don't I just go all in on one location versus trying to spread myself so thin, trying to be in 2, 3 different places at the same time? And so, and turning that into an opportunity where we can both win. And so going through all of those expenses and and things, it hit really hard. There's a lot here that I can cut out where I can make this exact same amount of money, but walk away with so much more profit at the end of the year if I
Yes.
just stick to it for 12 months.
It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
It's what you keep. Yeah.
Talk to me about the idea from a marketing standpoint, the new age, where it's new age, right? Talk to me about, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Talk to me about the old versus new. in marketing? What's the old school thought? What's the new school thought?
Well, old school was thinking that you had to kind of be a little bit, you had to be present everywhere, whether that meant a little bit here, a little bit there, a lot here, a little bit here, a little bit here, right? And it was typically spent on three different tranches or three different buckets, which is owned, paid, and earned. Owned is the things that you own, paid are the things that you pay for, earned is the things that happen to you because of your reputation, right? Example for owned is like your social media accounts. You own those. An email list that you have. Paid is social media ads, right? Earned is a podcast appearance or you're on a stage talking, you got invited.
Or
That's something you
Google
earned.
reviews or
Google reviews,
testimonies.
testimonials, right? Exactly. What the old school way was thinking about that I needed to be in all of those all the time, whether it's, 10% here, 10% here, 30% here, you had to kind of spread yourself really thin. But that's the problem, especially with business owners who are like solo entrepreneurs or smaller businesses. You simply don't have the resources and the mindset and the brain power to be there all the time. It's just impossible. I have 20 owned channels. I have 10 different ways I can pay for marketing. I have 50 opportunities for earned. That's like 70, 80 things. How am I supposed to keep up with all that? And so what's worked really well for me where, I saw this year my business grew by 40% in revenue in 2025, right?
Congratulations.
And a lot of it was just simplifying marketing into something that I started employing and started adopting and really going in on, which was, what did we call it? The
The do-my. Do-my.
The dimmifufa.
The do-my.
The dimmifufa.
The blue.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Yes.
The rollout for this was terrible,
The
but the point still stands. This is so great. The
do-my. Oh man, that's good. That's real good. The do-my.
the
The
okay.
do-my.
I'll just say it long form.
Oh man, I swear we're only to here. We're only to here. Like it's not 3.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of topo in these things. This isn't that strong. It's just that dumb what you said. The Duma Alphaba? No, bro.
Oh my gosh.
The Dumai.
The
daily, the monthly, the
daily,
weekly,
the
the yearly.
monthly. Yeah, the daily,
Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly.
Yep.
And you throw the E in there just so you can have a do.
The Doomify. Yeah.
Doomify.
The Doomify, something like that. The daily, weekly, monthly. And those are things that you can commit to every day, every week, every month, and giving yourself a year to do it. You're a testament to this with your YouTube channel, and that's something that I found very impressive about you is that you've posted 700 videos on your YouTube channel.
It was news to me when you told me that earlier today.
Most people quit after 5 or 10 because they're like, I'm only my mom's watching these videos. What the heck? You need to get through the first 100 before you even look back and say what worked and what didn't. Everyone wants to data analytics and review like after one video. One video is not going to tell you anything.
How big do you think a sample size? How big does a sample size need to be for that?
I mean, as big as possible.
I understand bigger is better, but
100 for me, it's 100.
Wow,
videos. It's 100 videos, and for me as a business owner, I'd rather get through those 100 within 100 days versus spreading them out over 2 years.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like the
Just
aha
figure
moment.
it out fast. Get there.
690 something, I think is what you told me. So
Yeah.
call it 700 videos.
700 videos. Yeah,
And I bet it's been a decade.
10 years. Yeah,
Has it?
Mhm.
I don't know.
just about. You probably posted your first one in 2015, 16, 17, somewhere in there.
And again, what's funny is even videos a year ago, I still cringe at. So
That's okay. I mean,
I
look
haven't-
at my stuff too from 2021. I have people who are like, "Oh, you're a videographer and your audio sucks. I'm never hiring you." I know, because I'm figuring this out too, dude. Like, sorry.
You're a jerk. I wasn't going to accept you as a client, so be cool. But I would
only
say
charge $25 an hour then. So
that's
it's
it,
fine,
right? But that's true too, right? Like we're just different people. But I think again that goes back to the 700 videos. I'm like, I can do that. Like I can do 700 in 2 years.
You can do that in 2 years. Yep.
Just one a day. You can do it because at the end of the day, like the habits we built, not to mention tech's gotten easier.
Yeah.
The team's gotten bigger. Content's like
AI is easier to edit stuff and throw stuff up. You can create thumbnails in seconds instead of minutes now. You don't need your graphic designer to do everything for it. Yeah, there's so many different.
It is amazing the hockey
ways.
stick, right?
Yeah.
The parabolic, or exponential curve, whatever you can say. Like, okay, it took me 10 years to get 700. I bet it could take me 2 to maybe 3. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Let's just say 3 years. And so I don't even think it'll be a double. I bet it could be a triple because at some point,
Because you're gonna be smarter with your videos. So you're
uh,
gonna know, okay, I'm gonna start them out this way. I'm gonna edit them this way. So the videos aren't just they're not gonna average 50 views per video now. They're gonna average 100, 150,
and what's
200.
funny is like you're like, oh, it's only 100 or it's only 20. Look, every 20 matter, right? It just you do 20 plus
I
20
got a
plus
client out
20.
of a video that got 40 views. 40. I got a client out of it.
If it's the right 40.
The right 40. I'd rather 40 of the right people than 1,000 of the people that are never gonna hire me.
Mm-hmm.
100%. So the daily, weekly, monthly, the DMV, whatever it's called.
Daily,
Jeez, daily,
weekly,
weekly, monthly.
monthly,
So what
yearly.
I like to
That's
do,
the why, the
yeah,
do my.
yeah, the do mine. There you go. So what I think, the way you do this is you don't go owned, paid, earned. You go daily, weekly, monthly. So you start out with a big list of just what are the things that I could do every day for 15 minutes. That could be I can write a handwritten note every day. I can post 5 stories on social media on Instagram every day. It could be I'm going to text 10 people in my phone every day just to catch up with them. Like what are those daily things that you can turn into habits in 15 minutes, right? So you put 50 things on that list and just pick one. Like literally just one. For me, for example, it's I'm going to post a reel a day. Boom. And then you go to your weekly one. What are things I should be doing or I could be doing every week? What are things that like my competitors doing or like my friend down the street who does what I do, he does? What are those things that I could do every week? I could go live on social media. I can, attend a happy hour, a networking event. You write out those things and you pick one of those. And then monthly, what are the things I should be doing every single month? I can check in with my clients personally outside of my system. Just literally call them or text them once a month. I can host an in-person event. I can host a happy hour. I can, what are those things that you can do on a monthly basis? You do it 12 times a year and you pick one of those things. You're going to put 20 things in there, but pick one. That's your marketing right there. Like, that's it. Like, you take a step back and you say, cool, here's my daily things. Here's my weekly things. Here's my monthly
And
things.
just to be very clear on your daily, your weekly, your monthly, your yearly, and
Mhm.
technically there can be quarterly, semi-annually, all the
Yeah,
stuff in between,
of
right?
course. And those organically come up as you see fit.
But
I,
all this to say, you could have 40. I don't care. You pick a
yeah,
number 20, 40,
yeah.
60, 80, 100, 1,000
Mhm.
items that you can say, here's what I'm going to do each day.
Yep.
What you're saying is write them all out because
Yeah.
this is where it becomes therapeutic for me is just brain dump. I would love to
I'm a
do
big fan of brain
just
dumping. Get
brain
all
dump.
the bad ideas out of the way so you get
Good
the
and
good one.
bad because
Yeah.
there's again they're all. And
There's
by the
too
way,
many good ones too. And
a
okay.
bad one today
Mhm.
could be, and I think Steve Jobs said like the thing he was most proud of with Apple when he ran it was um, the fact that they said no.
Yeah.
Like they said no to a ton of great ideas. He's like, we just focused on the ones that we thought were the best.
Yep.
And it's just these things. But to your point, you write them all out. So for me, it's again, it's very just it's therapeutic to see that it's just there that I can calm down. Like, okay, cool. Here's all the good ideas. This is where they live.
Yeah.
But the actions is just this one thing.
Yeah. Just one. Pick
So
one.
highlight it green,
Yep.
says this is what I'm working on today. Find the one that after that's done and becomes habit,
Yep. Make
that
it.
mark it yellow.
Yep.
Right. And then what do you say? We've had conversation about this before. How long do you do the green before it becomes quote unquote habit?
90 days. You stick to it for 90 days. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people have when it comes to like the work that I do with social media, video specifically social media marketing is like you don't try hard enough. I had a client once who every week it was like we got to change what we're doing because it didn't work. We got to change what we're doing. And I spent a whole year with this person working on changes and changes and changes and changes and obviously nothing ever worked because we had 52 iterations.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have one iteration tried 52 times, perfected along the way. You know, there was a
Yeah, they call
very,
it A/B testing for a
yeah,
reason. They don't call it A through Z testing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you can't change
yeah,
26 things.
yep,
You have to be consistent, stay true to what you're
yeah,
trying to do, and add a tweak, one tweak. And to your point, run a sample size big enough to understand where the real differences matter. And then from there, you branch off.
yeah.
But it's got to be a long
But you got to give
branch.
it enough
You got to
time.
go a long branch before you do the next split.
Yep,
Right? You got to get your iterations, and it depends on what it is, I'm sure, but
yeah,
whether it's 50 or 100 attempts or 1,000, you got to do enough to say, here's where we then make the next split for the next AB.
yep,
Right. But it's not an A through Z because if you mess with 26 variables, it's hard to know what works.
right,
So going back to your piece, it's about being consistent,
yeah,
marking the green for the three things.
yep,
One,
Your
daily,
daily,
one
weekly, monthly.
weekly,
Pick
and
one
one
of those.
monthly.
Yep.
And then the yellows are going to say, here's again one in each category: daily, weekly, monthly. The yellows are what's coming next.
Yeah.
So then
Once
you,
those greens become habits, and you don't have to be reminded, you don't
and
need a
for you, it's
calendar.
90 days.
Yep.
And I agree with you. So it's I have a bunny trail here. I do remember I've heard Atomic Habits, for example. I think in the book says 3 weeks. Do something for 21 days, it becomes habit.
Yeah. After 21 attempts at it, or after 21
Whatever it
tries, it
is.
becomes a habit. Yeah. And I agree with that principle for 100%.
I remember being back in college, and I was with a buddy of mine. Technically, he's the brother of a buddy of mine, and he was an Army Ranger at the time. And he said something like, "It takes 2 weeks to be habits." I go, "I've always heard 3 weeks." He goes, "Well, yeah, for you, but I'm an Army Ranger."
Just
And I was like, "Awesome!"
okay, bro.
It was so great. I was like,
Uh,
"Army Rangers are better. I get it." But for us mere
but
mortals,
us plebs,
us plebs,
takes a little longer. We're the Neanderthals working at McDonald's.
so again, I go
Takes
back
a little longer.
to us plebs. I will say again, 3 weeks is quote unquote what the book says. I agree with you. I don't know that I agree with you. I don't know that it's 90 days because it depends on what it is. If you're going to say, man, I'm going to stop smoking in 3 weeks, I've never smoked, but let's pretend
I'm
it's
thinking of cigarettes right now, actually, because I want to smoke. I want a
nice.
cigarette. Yeah.
So all this to say, I can understand how that habit takes longer to build than the 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? If it's, hey, I need to quit eating junk food and
Yep.
and I eat like a cookie 3 times a week, big deal.
Yep.
If I eat a bag of Oreos every night, it's going to be a bigger deal.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a little longer to
Right.
to get off the.
So I understand the
train.
90 days can be subjective, but I can see a scenario where if you did something for consistently, especially the daily, every single day for 30 days, I'm okay with saying, cool, call that as habit. And so with the green, you then mark it as like a gray.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's now
mastered.
it's what you do. It's
Mhm.
mastered. It's now habit. It's
Yep.
not, it's routine.
Yep.
It's not habit. It's
a
routine,
routine.
right? And I don't know the difference, but it just sounds better to say that. We'll talk about that in a second. And then your yellow becomes a green.
Yep.
And then you find the next
And you find the
thing
next yellow.
that becomes a yellow. And the beautiful part about the system for a guy like me, you go to seminars, you listen to podcasts,
Yeah.
you talk to people, and like, damn, I love that idea. And you want to chase this shiny object. But the reality is you don't get to. You stick to your green.
Yeah.
And whatever it is you want to do, throw it on the list.
Mhm.
And then once you've mastered and the green goes away and the yellow elevates, you then can go find your favorite in the list and say,
Yeah.
here's what moves the needle and move and elevate that to the green.
Maybe it's not the how often you check in thing that is the factor to consider. It's more like give yourself like zoom out enough over the big picture and just give yourself enough time to make it work. An analogy that I've used in my life building this business, which is why I'm not going anywhere. I'm growing this thing, and I'm gonna do something great with it. So I like to think of it as it's gonna sound interesting, weird to you probably. I like to think of it as a parade. You go to parade, you see like St. Patrick's Day parade in Chicago, whatever, and you see
Hold on. Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade versus the St. Patrick parade are two different vibes.
Okay,
Which one do you want to be?
Macy's.
Macy's. Okay, we're Macy's for your business.
Macy's.
Or
Right?
Macy's for business.
Macy's for business.
Keep going.
Right? When as I've been growing my business, there's been a lot of people around me telling me, you should not as much recently, but like, you should give up, you should try something else, you should go do something different, you should go, this doesn't work clearly.
What are their names? Where do they live? I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to take care of them.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I know you're going to take care of me.
I got him.
You got me.
I got him. I'm going to go fight him right now, buddy.
Right. And I used to have a lot of resentment for these people that would tell me this.
I got a resentment right now for you.
Yeah. But then I realized that they're just not looking at things the way that I look at them. Because when you look at a parade, there's all these floats going by. There's 100 floats. It takes 3 hours to get through. Snoopy, SpongeBob, whatever, right?
Garfield.
Yeah. When you're standing at the floor level watching, you're just seeing one go by at a time. So you don't know where it goes, how it ends, how it begins, all the turns that it goes through, right? But when you're standing from the rooftop of the Empire State Building, you can see the beginning and the end of that parade. So you know what's going to happen at the end. You know the end result. Santa Claus is coming at the end and giving us all joy because it's Christmas season. That's how I've thought about my business. Is I'm looking at it from a vantage point of this is going to work because I know it's going to end with me being successful, whatever that number is or figure or whatever it is. I'm not putting a number on it, but it ends with me doing something out of this. Whereas when people see things from the street level, they're just seeing the one time where like an invoice didn't get paid. They're seeing that 1 month where 3 clients left. And of course they're gonna have concerns because they're like, dude, you just lost 3 clients this month and you lost as much revenue. That's okay. Because over a 10-year plan, I know this is going to end with me being at this level, at this consistency, having this team, having this going for me. And marketing is very similar to me, where we like to look at things with marketing as like, I need to see the immediate results. I need to see how this ends right now. I don't need to go through the pain of figuring out how this works. I don't want pain. And that's the perspective of standing, right there on the street level in New York City and seeing one float go by. Oh, that's the only float. Where are the other? I don't see another. I don't see. Well, you don't see that other float is about to turn the corner in 10 seconds. If you literally just wait 10 seconds, SpongeBob is going to be right there, you know? But if I'm looking at it from the vantage point of a rooftop hotel and I can see, yeah, that corner's right there. So it's going to take a little longer than you think, but it's okay because he's coming in 10 seconds. All you need to do is just wait. That gives you a much better perspective of how things are going to go. And so with marketing, I think it's so important. And that's why I say the 90 days, because it's going to take a lot longer than you think. And it's going to be more gratifying when you end up seeing it through because you realize, okay, this does make sense. It does take this long to get, to see the results. And sometimes people just don't wait long enough to see the results. So I think 90 days is it for a lot of things it could be a little too much time to wait, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that long.
I think the other part too is if you enjoy doing it, you'll do it longer. If you
You'll do
don't
it way
enjoy doing it,
longer.
just don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy either, if you don't enjoy doing it, find a way to enjoy it,
If you
or
don't,
just
then just
don't
quit. Just
do
don't do
it.
it. Yeah.
Because eventually you could sit there and do something you don't like doing, and you can do it for a year, and then you look back, what a waste! It
Like, do
was a
you love
waste.
mortgages? Like,
I
do you love
do,
loans?
I do. And what's funny is, and I'll say it. I don't love it for the reason that a lot of people are like, "Oh, I got in this business. I'm sound like a jerk.
Well, you were an engineer. Like,
I
you
got,
studied
but
engineering and you've
I
got
got in this
yeah.
business to give people a home. I love what we
I
do,
love
and
helping people. I hate that answer from everyone. Realtors, I love help. No, no, you don't.
I got to be
Like,
honest.
we all love helping. Like,
Look,
it's so generic.
it's a wonderful byproduct of what I do.
Hmm.
I'm super happy. What a noble profession. That's just not why I do it.
Yep.
I do it because I like the. Actually, had a conversation last night with somebody we both know, and he came over and we were talking. He's 20 years my junior, and he's like, I like building stuff, and so he's trying to decide: does he go do the corporate side, the operations side, or does he stay in sales, which he's damn good at?
Yeah.
And so my my answer was, buddy, you can build stuff, just build people. Like there's a difference there to where it's like, and that's what I love. I love
Yeah.
both the processes to say, look, I can build a really good machine to where my team is dialed in, our processes are dialed in, and that's the engineering brain. But I also love the people aspect to where it's like, I get excited. I want my team to do super well financially. I want to change all of our lives together, not just mine, but theirs, to
Hmm.
say, like, let's bring all of us up. That then gives us an opportunity to do the right things for our kids and then hopefully set them up to where, the kids, et cetera, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. So to answer your question, I could sell widgets. I am happy. I am glad that I'm selling a product that, again, is very noticeable. There's a tangible thing and it's the American dream. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
awesome. But if you said, man, I sold something that was, improve somebody's health or did something like that's all great. I'm not going to sell something that's, cigarettes or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I'd have I truly, I think I would. How much are you going to pay me
Yeah.
to
Right.
sell
Everyone has a
cigarettes?
price.
Like,
Everyone has a price.
pay me, Jamie, 20 million bucks a year, maybe. But if
I'd
it,
sell whatever. Yeah.
maybe, but then again, but in all reality, if it's like, hey, this kills, 100 million people or gives it, it's like, man, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. So to answer your question, I do love mortgages. I'm glad they have a byproduct, not a byproduct, an end product
Yeah.
that is a phenomenal way to get people into something that I truly believe in real estate. I believe in building wealth. I think real estate is a phenomenal way, probably the best way. Uh,
For most people.
what's
Yeah.
interesting, The average homeowner, the stat's been updated.
Mhm.
The average homeowner has a net worth that's 44 times greater than the renter.
Yeah, I've read something like that too.
It
Just
used to be
someone said
40.
it
I
in one
saw
of these
40. I
shares.
saw 42. It's now 44.
That's
And then
nuts.
2/3 of Americans have their net worth in their homes.
Wow.
Wild. 2/3.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of
Do a
money.
lot of those people know how to utilize that net worth to, like, do they know how to take advantage of
I
that?
don't think so.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is, and that's the part of being a responsible lender. Sometimes I don't want to say protect people from themselves, but there's programs out there that can be really, really cool. Put the wrong person in that program.
I imagine they can get themselves in so much debt and just
You,
issues, and it's better for them not to know.
it's just, it's like, hey, well, I've heard about this product. Yeah, man. And again, that's the fine line between I want to do my fiduciary responsibility, make sure
Yep.
you understand your options,
Yep.
but understand that, buddy, this is the third time we're about to do a cash out to pay off your credit card bills. I remember being
Golly.
mid 20s, late 20s, mid to late 20s.
You're just like helping addicts at that point. I mean, it's
It feels
awful.
like that.
Yeah.
And it's only been a handful of times in my career, but this would have been mid 2000s. So before the bubble. And somehow I got connected, which feels really weird to be a young 20 something and a early 60s attorney, partner, big law firm downtown. He was taking financial advice from me because we were literally taking cash out of his million something home, 1,500,000, which again, 1,500,000 still
Now
big
it's like
today,
5 million,
even
10 million.
bigger,
Yeah, it's
right?
huge. Yeah,
To
yeah.
pay off $100,000 in credit card debt. $100,000 in credit card debt.
This person's making a lot of money every year.
He's a partner at a very esteemed law firm. He's been an attorney for 35, 40 years. It's longer than I've been alive at that time. So, okay, cool. I get it. Things happen, life happens. I'm not
Yeah.
no judge. I mean,
Until
call number
I was
two,
gonna say, there's gotta be a little judge. Yeah,
until a year and a half later,
yeah.
hey man, we need to do another cash out refi.
When
Cool.
was the last one? Like what?
A
Was
year
it?
and a half ago.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, well, now we got 60 grand in credit card debt. I'm like, okay, we just took care of 100 of it. We got 60 new. And the guy's making enough to qualify for all of this. Otherwise, you wouldn't give him a loan. So we do that. And it was the third time I was like, man, I feel icky about this. Like it was an ick factor for sure. And I don't know.
It's literally like you're supplying like an addict with drugs is what I would imagine it
100%.
feels like.
It just was like, man, like get your act together.
Yeah.
And again, you're trying
Like,
not to be
change your
You're
behavior.
trying not to be
Don't.
judgmental, but at the same token,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm 20 at this point, would have been early 30s. And I'm trying not to compare and trying not to judge, but I'm like, I'm in a better financial position than you. Yes, he has, and his equity was in the home, but you know, because the home went from 1.5 million to whatever, 2 million.
Yeah,
Who cares?
But like he doesn't have a
Dead
whole lot of
gum.
liquid. He has debt. I mean, he has
It was
all
wild.
this money owed on the house. on
It
top
was
of that.
wild. I just, man, like how do you
I
fix
mean,
those
like
habits?
one sickness, one emergency, just
and
bankrupts that
again,
family.
early 60s and then late 60s in this 4, 5, 7 years, whatever it was. It wasn't long. I went from my late 20s, mid 20s, early 30s. Crazy.
Wow,
Buddy. Happy hour chasing excellence is a good happy hour.
this is a good one.
Great happy hour.
Crazy.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Keep chasing excellence.
always. 18.
Peace. 17.